very rare, but he'll end up on the street. You brother, go ahead, brother.
Oh, no, it is corresponding basically exactly what Josh was saying. Me and my family was having a conversation actually last night. It was this TV show called Killer Kids. And it talks about how kids was from different families and someone was experiencing different abuse, verbal abuse, or they see their mother and father been abusing them. And it was mostly Caucasian and Hispanic families that they had up there. And the thing was this, that one family was rich and they was giving his son everything that he needed for that, this and that and all that stuff like that. So he got disciplined, but he had stuff to go with it. And he was in Harvard, but as the black culture, most people don't have the opportunity to go to a house like that and be able to go to college at the same time. So they have more resources, and then when those resources get taken, that's more liable to act out in suicide, killing things happening, because that's all that they were taught trained to have. Of course, what we were talking about a couple minutes ago.
That's right, absolutely. Okay, brother Dwight, take us out, telling that man he has an ego in there, brother Josh. Go get your number 2 in me, so.
Telling that man he has an ego. A better method of dealing with the male ego is affirming without personality. Writes Vegeta, a internet blogger. The male ego is viewed on affirmation. However, it must be the right kind of affirmation.
Yes.
Or you could try Bonnie K method. I go out of my way to insult it. She says, and does that work for her? Well, yeah. When I'm nice to them, they fly away. I don't understand it. It's like a magic trick that the magician doesn't even understand. Some guys like a challenge. The ego wants to be happy, but when it's happy, it's bored.
Okay. So what does that mean? A man loves for his ego to be stroked, meaning he wants a woman to stroke his ego so he can feel important and impressive.
So I guess it goes back, we be doing this and that in the community or job life, something like that. And woman, you have women saying this and that about all I can do on you. That boosts up.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, brother Josh, number 2, envy.
Better known today as entitlement.
Yes.
Envy is the desire for others' trait, status, abilities, or situation. Everybody knows how miserable we make ourselves when we compare ourselves unfavorably to others. Perhaps we learn to do this when our parents try to influence our behavior by making comparisons with kids they want us to be like. And it's human nature to want what others have.
Yes.
Especially when we consider ourselves better qualified, more deserving.
Oh, yes.
But today, in today's
egalitarian
times, envy has a more suitable face. I think that most Americans will tell you that much of what's wrong with our country comes from demanding things for which they are not willing to work for.
Okay, stop right there. What does that mean? What does that mean when we talk about entitlement?
People want things that we're supposed to be entitled to a girl. We're supposed to be entitled to a fancy car. We're supposed to be entitled to a fancy job. But it's nothing if you're not going to work for it.
That's right. Absolutely. Anything wrong with the way?
I guess it just goes back to their competitiveness.
Yes.
And one desiring to be better than the next person and have what they want.
Yes.
So it's like this envy.
There's envy.
You do anything to get to where that person is at and go beyond.
We used to have a saying back when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s, trying to be like the Joneses, try to keep up with the Joneses. You know, that's trying to be like somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with them. You will spend all your money or get in debt to be like somebody else and you know you can't afford it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's an envy thing. And that's what destroys us as men, because we envy what somebody else has. And that's why what happens in our society as men, if we do not have the education, if we do not have the resources that we need to succeed, and we see somebody else with it, we'll tend to go after and rob that person because they got it. We'll always say the N-word, that he better than somebody else. Let's go rob him. It happens all the time, don't it? All the time. It's the envy thing. That's what it is. All right, Brother Josh, Brother Dwight, read privilege, entitlement, and dating, sir. And we're going to touch a little bit on this tonight, and then we're going to move on.
you aren't owed anything.
That's right. That's right.
Somewhere along the line, a lot of men have developed the idea that the world owes them a woman. Sometimes it's a specific one-to-one.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes it's less specific. A man may not think that he's owed a woman to pull a completely random and not at all because she won't take my call example. But he is owed a woman of equivalent hotness regardless of his own personal appearance or level of success, talent, or achievement.
Yes. So what does that mean, brother? To you personally, what does that mean when we as men, or why do we as men think that? Why do we think that?
Or that it's
Entitled that we entitled to a woman, or like Brother Josh, or a car. Why do we as men feel that we are entitled to certain things in life just because we are a man?
and this is to go back to certain people where people generally speaking will take these out of context and switch it. And it all started from, I'm going to come from the biblical standpoint. Yes, God created man to be head of the household.
Yes.
And certain people go back, when people gain knowledge of something or something little, sometimes they take that out of context. Like, well, God said this, so I should have this. Then it also goes to the thing that we feel like, look at what I said, that we feel like that we in control, so we feel like that we need it because it's ours. We know what's right because we know the best thing. Because we think we know it all. So we think
that's right.
We know it all that
That it belongs to us. But in actuality, like Brother Josh says, we have to work. The scripture tells us if a man does not work, he shall not eat. Period.
My aunt hit another scripture that was talking about that if a man not working, just like an infidel.
Yeah, if he don't take care of his own, he's like an infidel. So basically, we as men have taken on, and there it goes back to those demons again. It goes back to those attitudes, those demon attitudes that we, because society has said a man should have certain things to be successful or to perceive to be successful in society by having a car, having a nice home, having nice clothes, having a nice woman on his arm. All these things you should have. So we grow up seeing these images. We talked about that before, about images on television, images in society, gratification through the eyes. There it is. We feel society says, you as a man gotta have this type of woman, you gotta have this type of car, you gotta have this type of house, this type of clothes to be successful. But that ain't God's way. That's man's way. So that's why we as men, we feel that we are entitled because the enemy has taken control of society through the demons by influencing us through temptation, like you said, through the images of this world to make us believe that we are entitled. And actually, we ain't entitled to nothing. You have to earn everything that you get. It's not going to be easy, but he said, if you abide in me and I abide in you, you shall ask what you will, it shall be granted unto you. Hallelujah. Plain simple. But we want to have these because the world says we want to have it. Brother John, anything you want to say about that? That's powerful there. All right, we can jump over this. Let's go down, Brother Josh. It's just so rude to be attractive, but undeveloped. Yes, brother. Okay. All right, brother. Go ahead.
I'm reading it. I'm just saying I'm tired. To a woman saying something along the lines of I'm interested in meeting as friends. If something more developed, great. Means I want to take things slowly and make sure that the person I meet up with is willing to respect my pace and boundaries. To a man with entitlement issues, it's putting up a barrier between herself and any man who might want to get to know her. After all, who is she to set the terms of how to meet her?
Okay. Okay, we're going to get into that. Let's read that first paragraph. We're going to stop right there.
Far too many people from whom the idea that a woman has decided that she is only open to certain types of relationships,
Okay.
or why certain types of individuals shouldn't bother trying to contact her as a personal insult.
Okay.
In fact, copying an attitude is one of the most common mistakes men make in online dating.
We do that. Stop right there. You got a lot of information there. What was you going to say, Brother John? Brother Dwight. Anything on that?
When this starts talking about relationship, it goes back to another broadcast that we did about women and men in relationship, that sometimes men can be attracted, but he should not be attracted to you because you're just not
Uptight, right.
And the other one is that you just be going around.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's true.
So,
That's true.
And then on top of that, it goes back to, I guess when you try to date a woman, she starts setting these standards and boundaries.
Yes.
Man, to put it out there, we want our cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
So we feel like that, okay, we're doing this and that.
Yeah.
It goes back to the exchange thing. You do something, when a man do something like, I guess, go out and move, and back in my, I can get some.
It's the entitlement. There's the entitlement comes back because we feel if we put out, we want to get something in return. Right. But we also got to understand. You remember when I taught y'all about a woman has to be warmed up, just like an oven. Right. It may not, that first date may not make it. It may take 2 or 3 days. You have to learn as a gentleman how to wine and dine a woman and try to. Hallelujah.
It goes back to women who are what they
Here, that's right, exactly.
They have to be in order.
Exactly. A woman, you have to make love to a woman's mind first before you can make love to her body. Because you cannot stimulate her mind, sexually in her mind, then you're not gonna get there. It ain't gonna happen because if you cannot stimulate her thinking and to get her in a position where she said, man, this guy is so different than everybody else. If you ain't got there, then you can forget about it. You can forget about it, okay? Forget about it. All right, let's go down to, I'm gonna read this. How entitlement ruins your dating life. The attitude that once owed anything in a dating context is potentially toxic one. We just talked about that. And it ends up poisoning every aspect of your life. Believing you're entitled to a woman is lovely as a fantasy. And we talked about this in our sexual thing because if we can't get a woman, we turn to masturbation for the fantasy because we cannot get the woman that we want, or what the demons say, you need to lust after that particular woman, you can't get her, so now you can turn to magazines, you can turn to videos, and you can fulfill your fantasy through that because you cannot get the woman that the world say you want to have. Just like we go back to Elliot Rodger, same exact position when he said he couldn't get the women because he was doing all these things, all other girls and all other guys could get the women. Then what did he do? There you go. There it is. Okay, but when it meets the reality, it tends to leave men bitter and resentful. We get an attitude. We get an attitude soon. When a woman does not adhere to our advancements, then we get mad.
That's when the B word come out.
Yeah.
Be this, be that.
Exactly
Be get out my house.
That's right. Exactly right. And we talked about entitlement, so we know about that. Brother Dwight, number 3, right.
Wrath, better known today as anger, abuse, violence, racism, and sometimes hatred.
Yes.
Hatred is manifested in the individual who spurns love and often stands for fear.
Yes.
It is also known as wrath.
Yes.
We all get angry. We need to be able to do this in order to survive and to communicate.
Yes.
Much of the skill of relating to people is knowing how to manage anger.
Yes, absolutely.
To get somebody to do what you want, what's good for him or her, simply present the fact, including how you feel, as accurately and as passionately as you can. You are much more likely to get the response you want.
Yes.
So the thing is, it goes back to the old proverb. That's what I learned about, because I grew up with anger issues, but anger problems and always lashing out. But Proverbs 15 taught me how to, a soft answer is better than a harsh word.
Yes.
So and it taught me how to approach a situation calmly, cool, and collect, because it let you know, that it would change, it would shift. It would shift the whole conversation, whatever conflict you are doing. If you put somebody calm while they ain't even yelling, they're not going to continue.
That's right, because you all calm. This guy, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, and he ain't gonna say nothing.
And then when both of you are angry, yelling, people cannot hear everything that you say.
Yes.
And they probably just can hear bits and parts.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yes. Probably just hear the bad parts, but they wasn't hearing what we try to communicate. So when you cool, calm, and collect, you can be able to hear the whole conversation or statement of the individual, maybe not to the time.
Absolutely. Brother Josh, anything on anger, sir? Anything? All right. Brother Josh, let's go to number 4.
Sloth. Better known today as whining or laziness. Slothful is the avoidance of physical or spiritual work.
Oh my God, that's a big word.
Traditional depictions of sloth are laziness. The a person who doesn't do his or her job or attend to the household needs, we can know we have a problem with sloth when reasonable people start telling us to get a life.
Do you have a problem with that Tuesday when we talk about that? Somebody said, did you get a life? A girl told you that? all right. There it goes back to that rap thing about anger when somebody says something about us as men.
I gotta say something to her, but I wasn't.
Yeah, but know what happened? She attacked your pride. That's what she attacked, and you got upset about that because that's all you have to protect is your pride, and that puts you on the defensive. Okay, all right.
You do not have to work constantly. The world is full of people who simply complain.
Yes.
And do not take advantage of the many opportunities we like to present.
That's correct.
And if you've been around ordinary criminals, you know how to listen to their attitude.
That's right. That's right.
I'd be a lot happier and more fun to be around if I grab some of their opportunities life offers.
That's right.
It's only hard for a few minutes.
That's right. Absolutely. So stop right there. So basically what it's telling us that we as men, we have a problem with whining and complaining. We do. And what happens is when we have those issues, nobody's going to listen to us. They're going to turn a deaf ear. They're going to tear a deaf ear towards us. They're going to walk away because they're going to say, you always complain. You will be a man. Suck it up. Do what you got to do. Be a man.
TCB, take care of business.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what helps. That's what hurts us in the long run because we're feeling sorry for ourselves, but then we want somebody else to feel sorry for us. But that's not going to help the problem. You have to learn how to confront your issues and deal with them and be what you need to be to get out of that situation. You can't expect somebody to pull you up by the bootstrap to help you out.
It goes back to one out of the 4 components of this whole manly series, which is passivity.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. You're right, brother. I ain't got nothing. You said it right. Okay. I'm gonna read this. Whine. 4 simple steps for dealing with complainers. There are 3 major reasons that men whine. Listen to this very carefully. They are deeply distressed by something they feel powerless to change.
That is out there in control.
You can see it every day, man.
That's right.
Every day on the street corners.
That's right.
Selling drugs. Well, I ain't got no job. I gotta make some money somehow. That's not true. You can try to get to school and try to change that, get you some kind of a trade and try to better yourself. You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's a complaint.
That's right.
That's a complaint. You know. Number 2, they feel simultaneously angry. Here's the other word about we as men. Go back to the wrath. We are angry. We as men, we are angry because we don't know how to deal with our situations.
Communicate.
We don't know how to communicate. You are so right, brother Dwight. And sad about the situation and worrying that it's our own fault. Yeah, it may be your fault, but you ain't got to sit there and wallow in the mud.
Right.
Like a pig.
Wallow in self-pity.
That's right. Exactly. Like I said Tuesday night, God does not honor your pity party.
Right. He said in his word that when you enter into temptation, find a way to escape.
There you go. There you go, brother. There you go. And then number 3, they do not know how to soothe themselves. Or what they do in return, they either turn to drugs or they turn to alcohol. All right, I'm gonna read this and then we'll let Brother Josh read the 5 simple steps that can help whining men. Although whiners may ask for advice, what they really want is for someone to acknowledge that their feelings make them sick and to help them manage their sadness, anger, guilt about their situation. That is so true. I'll say that again. For someone to acknowledge that their feelings make sense and to help them manage their sadness, anger, and guilt about their situation. Yet offering soothing or sympathy alone seldom helps them feel better, which is why therapists and friends eventually get fed up. And that is so true. Yeah, over and over again. That's right. And like I said in our meeting on Tuesday, what we did become, we become enablers, and we continue to pacify them to get out of a situation. They're not going to change.
Just to go back to the example you did Tuesday, if you know somebody that's a drug addict,
yes,
and you get them money, you already know where they're going to go.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So you're not helping them. That's right. You're an enabler. That's right. That's right. That's right. And then, that's right. A better way to deal with this situation is actually to combine empathy and limit setting from the beginning. You got to set some limits. You got to set limits. If you know another guy out there, if you know guys and men out there that are going through, you got to set some limits.